Hey, Stephanie. Blessings to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Wanted to give you guys the full update on God told me to come back on. What's up, y'all? God told me to come back on. Who do I have on here with me? Who do I have on here with me? So right now, what's up, Kanema? No, it's no need to be sorry, Stephanie. The thing about it is I never expect everyone to be on every single broadcast. I really don't have any expectations. I just send the links out to like who I always send the links out to, and just let that be it, because I believe that the whoever needs to like be on the broadcast will be on the broadcast. And so I typically don't try to control anything about that. I don't feel any type of way when people are not. Y'all be saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed the broadcast." I've been like, God, what they sorry for? Like, I really be feeling that way. Like, Lord, what are they sorry for? Why are they sorry? Like, it's just a routine. Like, I just send it out. Like, I just send the links out. That's literally it. That's all I do. And so God told me, I was actually about to go inside and get my dogs, but he told me that I needed to like come back on. And so right now we're still at 209. That is where we are. I thought it was 211, but the goal is at 209. That is where we are, 209. It's not, I don't even really look at it today as being much of a toil. It's just more so of me just having to like obey and do what God says do. Hey, Visha. And just knowing that like this has to get done. Like, I can't wait on it anymore. Like, this absolutely like has to get done. Like, it's nowhere around it. And so right now, I believe there's at least one person that's able to sow $100 seed. I don't know why I hear that, but I believe that there's at least one person on here that is able to sow $100 seed into the goal. But where we are again is 209. That is it. You may not be the person that's supposed to sow the $100 seed. You may just be at the, may just say, I can sow 10. I can get you to at least 199. I can sow a $50 seed. I can sow a $1 seed, a 10-cent seed. It doesn't really matter what you sow at this point. And so is there anyone on this particular broadcast that is able to sow seed into the goal? For those of you guys that do not know what the goal is for, the goal is for like the home appraisal. I was supposed to pay. I'm paying it at the right time, because this is the timing that God needs it to be paid. Um, but it's for the house appraisal. I've known probably today makes a week that I've had to get this done. And so what you guys see me doing is just doing what God says do. If he says broadcast, I literally have to get on here and do exactly what he says do, and just trust him, with the rest. I cannot make, people sow, but what I can do is obey God. What I can do, is go live when the Lord says go live. I don't have any control of any other variable. And that's something that we all have to learn. All we can do is obey God. Because guess what? Disobedience is not going to get you the promise. It's not going to get you the blessing. It's not going to get you the breakthrough. It's not going to get you any of that. All you can do is what God asks you to do. I'm going to say that again. All you can do is what God asks you to do. That's it. Everything else is in his hands. I'm going to say that again. All you can do is do what God asks you to do. Everything else is in his hands. He wants me to say that again. All you can do is what God asks you to do. And like, I want some of y'all to think about it, because sometimes we get mad at the repetitious instructions of God. Because let's be real, sometimes his instructions are repetitious. Like, God, you just told me to do this, ain't nothing changed. You telling me to do it again, ain't nothing changed. And like, sometimes we will catch a whole attitude at God when he tells us to do something, because we're not, our expectations are not being met. But the truth of the matter is, like, I don't know how close I am to getting this paid for. So it's like, I don't know all, but what I do know is that obedience yields a blessing every single time. Obedience yields a reward every single time. So if God told me to get on here 100 more times, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get on here 100 more times until whatever God says is supposed to happen happens. Am I making sense? So, like, that's the reality of it. You know, all you can do is what God said do. That's it. You can't do nothing else but what God has asked you to do. That's it. And you need to check again. I don't know why God want me to tell you that. You need to keep checking. Check with HR before you go home. You need to keep checking. But that is, it's like, when we think about it, the instructions he gave the children of Israel was repetitious. It was the same thing over and over. He wanted them to do the same thing over and over and over again 7 times. When we look at the prophet Elijah, when he had called for rain after he had already called for the drought, the instructions that he gave the servant, I can imagine that servant on the third or fourth time, like, I done already told him ain't nothing in the sky. It don't look like it's gonna rain. It's sunny. It still look like the drought to me. And he talking about some go check again and show me. He wasn't, if we really like look at scripture, he really wasn't even giving that servant a chance to rest. Do y'all realize that? The prophet, hear me now. He was not giving that servant a chance to rest. Give me a one if you get what I'm saying. The servant would go, he would come back, give the report, now prophet don't go back out. He would come back, now prophet, go back out. He would come back, now prophet. He did that for a total of 7 times. On the 7th time, it broke. It happened. The sign came. Same thing with the children of Israel, right? The same thing with the children of Israel. God is like, circle it. They circled it. The walls didn't fall. Circle it again. The walls didn't fall. Circle it a third time. The walls didn't fall. Circle it a fifth time. The walls don't fall. Circle it again. The sixth. I can imagine how tired they were. 7th time. On the 7th time, it broke. Somebody just type that in. It broke. On the 7th time, it broke. So that goes to show us, right, that the instructions that God gives us are not in vain. We may not see the result, right? The first time we do it. We may not see the result the second time we do it. We may not see the result the third, the fourth time, but eventually what God said will happen, it'll happen. Am I freezing? Am I freezing? Eventually it'll happen. I need someone to let me know if I am freezing. I don't see no comments. I don't see any comments. So look, whatever instructions God tells you to pursue, those instructions will literally at some point bring you over into the harvest. Whatever strategy God gives you, whatever he tells you to do, at some point, it may not happen when you want it to happen, but at some point, whatever it is that's standing in your way will fall. The walls will tumble. It'll shift in your favor. And so that's what God has me doing. I may not get funds from this broadcast. It may not come from the next broadcast, but guess what? It's going to come because God said it's going to come. Am I making sense? It is going to come. It may not come when I want it to come, but it's going to come. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. She just said, I just checked with HR. It makes sense why God is having you to keep checking. Told you. God, there's a reason why God tells you to do the things that he's telling you to do. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. The goal is 209. That could be each of all these 9 people on here sowing a dollar seed to get me below 200. That could be one person sowing a $10 seed to get us to that 199 mark. That could be, 2 people sowing $100 seed, $105 seed, right? But I can't make you do it. So before I get off of here, is there anyone that wants to sow? If you are sowing into the goal, can I just get you to go ahead and go to Cash App and just sow? If you know that you're sowing, can I just get you to go to the Cash App or the PayPal and just sow whatever it is that you are going to sow? Whether or not you do it when I'm asking you guys to go and sow, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna come back when God says to come back and do the broadcast. And so that's it. If we're good, give me a one on the screen. If we are good, give me a one on the screen. Like, if we are good, give me a one on the screen, because I'm about to get off here. I'm not gonna linger. I did what God needed me to do. That's all I can do. I did what He needed me to do, and that is literally all that I can do. That's it. If you're sowing, label it paid in full, label it God is faithful, whatever it is that you desire to label it. And so, listen, I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. And so, until next time, y'all, peace.